Okay, so we'll start the route from over here. If you watch my old rug video, it started up in this, like, shack up here. We don't go there anymore. If you spawn by Merin or on this side, you can cross through, like, this area. Don't go past that, like, pile, because you'll get AGS from that car gunner out there. They have, like, crazy range now. You have to come, like, down to this bus by the village now. With the bus and this dip. And at the second rail, you're going to prone here. You can crawl all the way up to here. Kill the AGS gunner like this. His head is right here. Hopefully it doesn't eat my headshot. Dirt one. Right. There. He's dead. Okay. I can hop the railing and go use this bus as my cover right here. There's a cool lineup behind that bus where you can, like, make him shoot the pole in front of the AGS building, like that pole right there. I'm not very good at it, so I don't really abuse that. But you can do that if you want to figure it out. It's just more consistent for me. Gonna go to this bus, stand up, use Alt-D to smooth lean, shoot that gunner in the head, he's dead. And then follow along this knocked over truck right here. Those two should, like, always be there. This one might hop off the gun and get on that AGS, so if he's not there, assume he ran there and you gotta move up quick. Now there's a gunner on this roof right here. Once I get to the edge of this truck, in front of this pile right here, he might shoot at me, he might not. Okay, he shoots at me. So you need to, like, not peek out too much here. Like, barely peek out. You're gonna scope in. You're gonna use Alt-D from drone. If you peek out too much, he, like, obliterates you. This is my preferred way to kill this one. He's right here. You can, like, barely see him. See his, like, little head right there? He's dead now. You have to kind of guess where his head is, like, a little bit above the gun. I used to do it from, like, behind this sign right here, but he'll wallbang the sign and kill you now, so I don't do that anymore. I think proning there is much better. You have to, like, kind of finesse it. It's definitely something to get used to, and that won't always be there. The run across is very safe, but you definitely don't peek out too much whenever you're trying to kill that rogue. Try to unpeek between shots, too, so you don't die. Now, the last change to the rogue route is this AGS gunner right here on this roof, because now he can kill you once you're inside the compound. Like, he'll aggro you from here and actually kill you. If you're using an SR-25 or something like that, you have 1 mil dot, or you can 0 to, like, 150. Head tap him. If you don't kill this one, he'll kill you when you're in here. If you don't want to have to deal with killing that one, because sometimes his friend will get on the AGS and kill you anyway, you can just go nighttime. Then at nighttime, he's not an issue. He won't AGS you from nighttime. Unless you get super close. But you can do the normal, like, route if you don't kill him at nighttime. I prefer daytime lighthouse most of the time, but, like, if you go nighttime, it is safer. It's a lot safer at nighttime. Definitely easier if you're newer. It is hard to see through scopes at nighttime sometimes, but yeah. And then once I kill these, you're kind of free to loot the compound. Check this crate for the Bitcoin spawn. Check that rogue. You can grab armor repair kits here. Tech crate here. Go into this tent. Check Bitcoin spawn here. Check tech right here. These are, like, okay. I can just, like, grab whatever I see, I guess. Just for now. Go over here. Check for the Bitcoin spawn here. And then in this tent, there's Bitcoin spawn as well. Now, this second AGS gunner could get on the gun and just kill you. Or the back gunner could rotate and go here. When I get to this tent, I usually kind of just, like, double check. Like, is this guy here? I can, like, stand up and see. Okay, I don't see him on the gun. You see his head. Nope, he's not there. And then same thing here. I check that gun. They're both clear. Okay. If you don't want to risk dying to that AGS gunner, again, nighttime's the play, but it will just happen sometimes. There's no consistency to him rotating off the back gun. It will just happen. I also will say sometimes that AGS gunner won't spawn. There's Bitcoin spawn here. At all, like on top of the gun, and he'll run there in the middle of the raid. If you don't see him there when you pull up to that corner, I just don't even loot the middle of the compound. I just skip it. Because there's a good chance you'll get AGS randomly. Hard to predict it, so I just skip it if he's not there. And this route does work for both usec and bear, because once you kill one rogue as a usec, you're marked as a bear for the next, like, 5 or 6 raids. I do this route like I'm a bear every time. And then if you spawn up in the mountains up here, you can just, like, run down the side of the front of the compound. You literally just, like, run down this way. You kill the rogue that's there, run to the front, and this rogue will run down, like, he'll be somewhere over here. You just, like, slowly peek out. You'll see him, kill him, do the route the rest of the way normally. This is a Bitcoin spot right there. There's a Bitcoin spot in that tent as well. Then now you can loot the rest of this really safely. There is a chance for rogues to be there. I'm actually glad they're here. If you run and jump across, they're kind of bad at leading their shots. This whole area is, like, really easy if you just smooth right-hand peek. These won't always be here, Again, nighttime they're easier. Just alt
That guy's
DP.
fuck is massive.
See him? Stand up, shoot him.
Gifted a tier 1 sub to mods. They have given 3 gift subs.
Thank you for
in
the gifted
channel.
sub, Raven. Appreciate the homie. Slowly lean out. Looking. I don't see him. Looking. Probably farther left. There he is right there. Slowly lean out here. Boom. Okay. And on the off chance, if you're running this way and the gunner rotates, you'll see him getting on the gun. You're like, oh shit. You can like prone when you're like here and crawl to this truck. And your only real play from what I've been doing is you kind of have to jump across this area. Rogues are really bad at leading shots like perpendicular to them. So if you kind of go like this, and you like jump across like twice, you'll probably live. Just be careful because the gunner can see through this window for some reason. So like you gotta use like this corner. You don't want to stand back here, he'll kill you. Here is fine, here is dead. Keep that in mind. It's like weird that they can see through that, but they can. Alright, there's the Bitcoin spawn right here as well. Boom. Check that. And then you can loot all these if you want to. Rogues don't really have that good of gear anymore. I don't really like loot the majority of it. It's kind of more just like the AFAC. Their ammo really isn't that good anymore. Getting the stacking rigs is kind of nice. The M67s are kind of worth money on flea market, but nothing is that crazy on them anymore. It's a scav bombing. Like, I guess I take M4 because I have slots, whatever. The stim, because why not? Get this as well. This one's a decent M4. Drop this, take this. Grab the U-lock. I'll just take the rig too. It's worth a little bit of money. And give me this. Okay. So once you do that, if you never saw these rogues, I still assume that they're in here. You can quickly peek and see if you see a head out there. No, okay. Then I'm going to run in this way and run behind this like tin. And then if they push you, you're just fighting them running down this hallway. It's pretty easy. Or they go over here. It's pretty easy. This is like where you want to be. They can go above you as well, but like usually they aggro you outside like they did. And when most people do my rogue route, they complain that they keep dying to players or anything like that. If you do the route right, you shouldn't see like many PMCs at all, especially once you get to that middle part of the compound. Once you get to here, you're pretty much home free. Because Lighthouse is a linear map, so all the action forces you to push north. So if you're literally just pushing north faster than everyone else is, you're creating distance between them and you. All you should really see is player scavs. That's the reason why I never loot the roofs for the rogues, because like I said, the rogues don't have very good loot on them in the first place. They can have like good ammo and they can have like a hex grid, but that's like more for player scavs to loot than you. Because if you loot it, you'll probably die. So keep that in mind, honestly. Stims are very important to make this route like work fluidly. Now this room right here is operating room key. I like this one. It's like 100k. It has 3 treasure spawns in here, plus like a scav to search. It's definitely worth it. See, I got Trimadol and a Maldonin, or sorry, in a mule. It's paid for the key right there, and one little use of it. You pick up this thing right here. Med bag, nothing crazy in here. Dead scav. No PMC spawn north of the compound. The farthest spawn north is the Merins. I guess the rock spawn technically, but also the Merin spawn. If you spawn on the rocks, you don't have northern extract either. Alright, this is a Bitcoin spawn there, med spawn there. Okay, once you get back here, all I do is I get to this corner and I'm gonna look. Did the back gunner move over? Nope. Is he on the gun? Yep. Get the head zap. He's dead. Okay, now this gunner, did he move? Okay, this one's still here. You can see his head through the barbed wire. Gonna just hold my breath, tap him. He'll move sometimes. If he does, it's not a big deal. I like to get him out of the way though. Now this roof's all clean. Above me, I heard the guy yelling. This rogue isn't always here, but he might be. Bitcoin spawn there. There's food spawn there. He's gonna be on the gun. If I don't back up too far, he can't shoot me. So right here is fine. Shoot him in the head. It's easy. Okay, now at this point, you can just go through train yard and extract if you have northern. It's really safe. If you've been in the raid for a while and you're full, you can just dip. If you don't have that much loot like I don't, you can loot warehouse too. I might just ditch this rig and go do that. So if you're gonna do that, make sure all these rogues are dead so you don't die running over here. I'm gonna run through this way. If you cut through like this corner, there's no mines. If you go deeper in here, that's where their mines are. I'm gonna go up to this bottom part right here. When you come in here, I go to the left. There are tons of spawns all throughout these shelves. You can get tech spawns, you can get milk cables, industrial things, fuel, water filters. Worth looking at all these spawns. Bullbacks, 60k. This isn't like crazy money, but it adds up when you hit all the shelves and everything. Like tape, I guess it's like 10k right now. The audio in this building's kind of fried. You might hear like, it sounds like stuff is near you, but it's probably just like on the roof, something like that. A regular scav right there. I'm gonna have his box if I have to. Alright, cool. Not back in. Back inside to the right, there's a food spawn here if you ever need it. And we got pineapple juice here. You can get food on the shelves here. And then all throughout these shelves, you can get industrial things. This is kind of weak inside loot right now. There are some good keys that you can check over here that I kind of like. It's probably the best key in the compound. It's called the water treatment plant storage room key. It's very good. Also, there's a Tetris spawn right there. This room, it's really good. There is a blue folder spawn. There is an intel spawn, both on the desk. Then you got toolbox. And then you have Bitcoin spawn here, Bitcoin spawn here, and then Bitcoin spawn where those zeros are. Then tech crate. It's a really good room. The 40 uses, very good. Now this room's free. 2 tech crates in here. Even cheaper than I thought. Alright, and then tech crate here, yep. Tech crate here. It's kind of like loose, or very mid loot this raid, honestly. I've had way better raids than this, but this is a clean run, so. Alright, and then you can get industrial stuff here. Thermite, 100k right there. Back here, you have more Bitcoin spawns. Right here, Bitcoin spawn, where this thing is. Attachments here. Bitcoin spawn on this table. Little weapon spray here. Alright, I can grab that if I didn't have an extra gun. There's industrial on the shelves here. Right here is another Bitcoin spawn next to that book. Check PC. All just little things to add to your loot. Okay. Now at this point, if you brought money, which I always bring money with me to this map, you take the car if it's here. Otherwise, you gotta loot back around the side of this warehouse and then go up towards Path of Shoreline, which is never fun. That's if you have, you don't have northern spawn, which is like when you spawn on the rocks and stuff like that. So if this is here, you can check. Okay, it's here. I killed the rogues on this roof. They're all dead. So I know that I can go there and it'd be fine. There's a guy on the roof, which isn't not a rogue. Gotta be a player. He's just a scav. Play a player scav. Alright, so assuming that you didn't want to leave northern, or didn't want to leave car to get northern, you can either not go warehouse 2 and then come to train yard, or you can just go warehouse 2 and then come train yard like I did. There's scavs everywhere. There's a crate back here on these pallets that has 3 or 4 different food spawns. There's you can get sugar. This is hot rod. Over here you have Bitcoin spawn in the box. Food spawn here. It's worth it. Industrial stuff back here. And then this warehouse is actually really, really good for loot. It's a good slot filler. You're not going to get like Bitcoin stuff like that, obviously, but filling up your slots every raid is like really huge, and it like lets you do it for free. 3 bolts, nice. Industrial stuff here. On top of these barrels over here as well. You have intel and blue folder spawn on this desk. Jacket there if you want to loot it. I don't ever loot that, but you can. You have industrial on here. You have this defuel right here. If you're ever going to loot this back part, just double check there's no rogue on this gun. Because if you forget to kill it, he can kill you when you're out in this part. So just double check he's not like out there. You know, it's just worth checking for a second before you loot that. Alright, now this toolbox is bugged. It's 2 toolboxes in one. So you can check this. Alright, cool. I got plexiglass. Now it's empty. Just press tab and press F again. Second toolbox. Search it, and this one has stuff in it. Blue gunpowder. Xenomorph. 2 is inside of 1. Industrial stuff here and here. There's this toolbox as well. Relay, it's worth grabbing. Tube, sure. Scissors, sure. On this, like, saw over here, there is fire steel spawns and, like, thermite spawns. I look real quick. And then right over here is, it's a fuel spawn here. Actually, I've never seen that fuel spawn there. What the hell? It's kind of nuts. I guess, screw the shuts. It's kind of crazy. Alright, and then right here, you're gonna have another glitch toolbox. It's 2 inside of 1. I might drop the blue tape for this. So take the helix and then search second toolbox. It's an ES lamp, which is nice. I'll probably drop these for the ES lamp. And then after that, I would just go dip out through northern. And that's pretty much the route. Besides, like, if car's not there, then you have to dip all the way back around to like the village to go past the shoreline, which like is really not fun. So if you get rock spawn, there's no car there. There is a lot more loot in the train yard. There are 2 more Bitcoin spawns back there. And then there is like the drug lab and like a couple tech crates and stuff. I don't loot all that because I'm just trying to min-max my loot per raid with also like trying to get out of the raid fast. Like I want to be out in less than like 15 minutes. Like I got a really bad spawn for this and I still powered through it with stims. Again, stims are important. And yeah, that's like, it just helps you get through because it's a 20-minute raid, but I was in there for a while. I'll cut this down a little bit, speed it up. But yeah, that's, I guess I wouldn't have been as long if I wasn't explaining everything. But yeah, for that raid, it was pretty quick. Just keep moving forward, use stims, follow that. Another key as well, I didn't show this, but inside Warehouse 3, there's the barracks key. This one's like okay to loot. There's like 1 Bitcoin spawn on there and like a toolbox and shit. I don't really go in Warehouse 3 unless I have to. Like I only hit that warehouse if the car's not there and I'm gonna like just backtrack anyway. I might as well hit the extra warehouse. It's like okay. It's like that warehouse isn't anything special in my opinion. I'll quickly mention like guns is use something that shoots like 308. So you want to shoot like TCP ammo or M80 or like M62, something like that. They made TCP pretty viable, especially versus AI now. So you could buy that and do RFB, something like that. Use an SR. You want something with muzzle velocity that's at least 700. At least 700 here. And then other than that, it's just like you want a bullet that doesn't lose a lot of damage over time. It's like 5.56 loses a lot of damage over time. So does like 5.45. So does like even 7.62 can be problematic at range. So I would just stick with like 308. It's really good. You also could use different rounds. Like you could use like the VPO with AP ammo or EKO, something like that. Any bolt action works. Up to you. I'm not a big VPO guy. People love it for budget runs. I can't stand the gun, but if you like it, go for it.